you ready to get the anthem? Oh, you know what? Mrs. Dutch. See what she said. Ready? Great job again by the Lynn Marching Band with the anthem. And we're just about set to get underway here at Manning Field in this interleague battle. It used to be a league battle, Northeastern Conference. Peabody was in the Northeastern Conference. Classical was in the Northeastern Conference. Peabody used to be in the Greater Boston League. Now Classical is in the Greater Boston League. Peabody's going to kick it off. Classical's going to get the ball first. Both teams looking for their second win. As we get a look at Classical cheerleaders. Coach Mark Betancourt leading Peabody. Brian Vaughn. It's funny, Brian Vaughn was a very good football player, very outstanding football player at Lynn English. And he's coaching Lynn Classical. Dominic Scalisi kicks it off. Deep down at the 5-yard line. Turn the corner. Not a bad return by John Neske. John Naske. They put the ball at, we'll call it the 25. So 1st and 10 from the 25 was run away. Classical's trying to get Lynn a win here at Manning Field. English was defeated by Swampscott in the opening game. This the nightcap. Speaking of ritual now, double headers. They run it straight ahead. First down out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Naskey. At the 37, it's 12 yards and a first down. Haskell in their bright green and gold, even in their blue and white. They put it down. There's a penalty on the Rams. They're going to mark it from the point of the foul. So they're going to mark it off from the 34. So give them 9 on the play. They move it back to the 24. They try to run it straight ahead. Peabody says they have the football. So Peabody gets the first big break, recovering at the 24. At the 24-yard line, Peabody gets a big break. They like to throw the football. And they quickly throw it out. And they grab a hold of the receiver. Donnie Cavanaugh with the catch. They gave him 3. Jay Lynch is the quarterback. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Classical jumps, and that's the new part of this rule. It used to be you could get back as long as you didn't make contact. Now if you just jump the line, it's a penalty. So it's going to be 2nd down and 2. Again, 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. They throw it deep for the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Danny Barrett. So Peabody very quickly gets on the board. Converting. The kick is good by Scalisi. And very quickly, Peabody grabs a quick 7-0 lead. And we played 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and Peabody's going to kick off again. So right off the bat, Classical's got to come from behind, but that's the bad part. The good part is they got a ton of time. Scalisi will kick it off. He kicked it down inside the 10 his last time. He's got a huge foot. Right to the 10. They started straight up the field. And they get to the 35, maybe the 36. Dante Rucka with the return. They put it at the 35-yard line. R.J. Fessler is the quarterback. Not going anywhere. Carrillo gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Fessler did a nice job last week in the start. He took over for Brian Vaughn Jr., who got hurt in the Thanksgiving game last year and will miss the entire season this year. And that's a tough break for the coach and his son, but the saving grace is he's a junior and he didn't lose all his high school career. He'll be back next year. Everybody in tight for the Rams. The keep, they lost the football. Classical, I think, was able to grab it. Fessler went through, the ball popped up in the air. And I think it was Carrillo who saved the bacon. They put it back, we'll call it the 33, and for a loss of 2. So 3rd and 12, that was almost disaster. Fessler got hit, the ball popped up about 6 or 8 feet in the air, and Carrillo saved the bacon by falling on it. Again, everybody in tight. Fessler off the right side. He's loose down the sideline. One man to beat. It wasn't Fessler. That was Carrillo. A direct snap to Carrillo. So they convert on 3rd and 12. They get it down to the Peabody 32. 35 yards on the play. Almost broke it as we get a look at the band in the stands. Carrillo started them last week with a big run that got them on the board early against Lexington. Now he moves it down to the Peabody 32, and now they spread out a little bit with wideouts. 2 to the far side, 1 to the near side. Turn the corner again is Carrillo. Got about 5. They give him 4. 2nd down and 6. Everybody in tight. The handoff straight ahead, down to about the 25. It's Carrillo again. He picked up 3. Obviously, we're in 4 down territory. 3rd and 3. As we get a look at the classical cheerleaders. Nice crowd here tonight. Peabody brought people on the other side. Very nice crowd here. A pile of bodies. And they snapped it to Carrillo again. Virtually no gain on the play. Gained about a foot. So it's going to be 4th and 3. Fessler brings the play to the huddle. Again, everybody in tight. Carrillo around the corner. He's going to get enough for a first down and a little bit more inside the 20. Excuse me, that was Fessler. And he comes out of the limping a little bit. They put it at the 18. He picked up 7. I thought Classical might take a timeout. Fessler's going back to huddle. And he's limping, favoring that right leg. And they are going to take a timeout. Try and get him back in. It's bad enough they lost their starting quarterback coming into this year. Fessler has stepped up. And now Fessler having a difficult time. Classical started this at their 35-yard line. This will be the 8th play coming up. They don't have another quarterback listed on their roster. Pascal's a little bit young. They're very quick. Carrillo, Fessler can fly. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Again, they keep everybody in tight. They found a home running to the right side. Nasky became the quarterback. They pick up a couple to the 16-yard line. So Nasky, who's a wide receiver defensive back, is now filling in a quarterback. Second and 8 from the 16-yard line. Carrillo with the carry. Gets inside the 10. He picked up 7. Third down in the yard. This is just, they're saying to Peabody, here we come. We're going to block you. We're going to run and try and stop us. Nothing fancy. They're just running right at that defensive line of Peabody. And so far, Glasgow on this drive is winning the battle up until now. Third down and a yard. And I'm watching. Fessler is back on his feet a little bit. Says he's okay. And we're going to get a timeout. And we're going to see Fessler back in the game. 1:38 left in this first period. Peabody took advantage of a turnover, and that was the story in the first game. It was turned the ball over twice. Swampscott made them pay. Grabbed a 13-0 lead and wound up winning 27-6. And now Peabody gets a turnover to start this game, and it takes them 2 plays. They ran for 3. There was a penalty in between, and then the touchdown pass from the quarterback, Lynch. To Barrett, the wideout. So Fessler is back in the game at quarterback. It's been almost all Carrillo running the ball. Fessler ran 1. Naskey ran 1. Glasgow got a break. I think they called him down. And if it's Fessler, he's down again. Got the first down. And he's up limping again. He's gingerly walking to the sideline with the trainer. They put the ball down at the 4. This would be the 11th play of the drive coming up. Fessler's upset with himself. He's still trying to walk it off. First and goal from the 4. Naskey is back as the quarterback. I'm not sure what the whistle was for. Peabody is celebrating. Looks like it's going to be a penalty against Glasgow. Somebody moved. So it's going to be first and goal from the 9. Somebody moved up front. Off the right side, walking in. I told you they found a home on that right side. $65 yards, 11 plays. Glasgow will go for 2 to try and get a lead as we look at the fans celebrating. To give to Carrillo. He's in. Oh, did he go down? Yes, he's in. Glasgow grabs the lead. Carrillo had that big 35-yard run when it was 3rd and 8. So 65 yards in 11 plays. They actually had to go 70 yards because they had that 5-yard penalty. They get credit with 65, and Glasgow will kick it off. At the 25-yard line. Peabody with a break. Nice return. Out right around midfield. Eli Batista with a 25 return. Actually 23 because they put it at the 48-yard line. So they got great field position for their second possession. Double the wideouts to either side. I don't know if Peabody moved. Classical jumped. Classical knocked the ball away. It's against Peabody. So it'll be 1st and 15. Almost looked like Peabody was offside. Over the middle, caught, dropped. He cut across. He had to reach back just a hair to try and catch that. And it just went off his fingertips. Franco almost made a nice catch. Second and 15. Rolling to the near side. Back to the far side. He's got some room. Everybody was over the near side. And Shea, the quarterback, Shea Lynch, he was looking to his near side, rolled. And when he went to the far side, there was almost nobody there. Everybody was covering everybody to the near side. 18 yards on that carry. And that 18-yard run is the first run by Peabody in the first period as it comes to an end. Peabody throwing the ball almost exclusively. They were trying to throw it, and that was a broken play. They tried to throw it on that play. Classical exclusively running the football. So we'll finish the first 12 minutes. First 12 minutes, Classical gets a win, 8-7, but we've got 3 more periods left. From the 39-yard line. First and 10. Again, they double the wideouts to either side. Motion to the far side. They blow the whistle. Peabody picks up 5 more yards. So it'll be first and 15. That's what it was to start this drive. They go deep, they throw it out of bounds. He was looking for Kavanaugh going down the near side, just threw it out of play. Second and 15. And they blow the whistle again. That one's against Classical, so we giveth and we taketh away. So it'll be second and 10. Keep going. We're going to set some records for penalties. Lets it fly. Caught it, but caught it out of play. He ran a nice route. He went down, faked like he was going deep, and just stopped quickly and was open. And they hit him, but he couldn't stay in bounds and catch the ball. So third and 10. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side. Dropping back, they set up the screen. They had exactly what they wanted. He tripped and fell. He had wide open spaces. They made a great call, and he slipped and lost his balance. That was Alex Silver. They set everything up perfectly. They picked up 6. It's 4th and 4. Looks like Peabody's going to go. Big play for both teams. That was a perfect screen. He was going to run for a long distance, and he slipped and went down. It's a quick out. Caught for a first down. Barrett with the catch. They needed 4, they got 6. Peabody has not gained a yard rushing. And we're in the second period. Looking, flushed out, out of bounds. Tried to stay in bounds, couldn't. moment. Now he signaled he was out of bounds. Now he's saying he caught it inbounds. Barrett with the catch. He said he signaled no catch. And then he said, no, it's a catch. Down at the 14-yard line. 13 yards and a first down. Right along the sideline. They run it straight ahead to the 10. Silva with the carry. They put it at the 10 for a pickup of 4. Of course, they did run one play. There was a broken play. The quarterback ran for 18 and a first down. And that was on this drive that started in the first period. They run it ahead, wrapped up almost at the line of scrimmage. Nice defense by Costa. They mark it at the 9. He picked up a yard. 3rd and 5 from the 9-yard line. And we have to remember they have a kicker. If they don't make this first down or touchdown, they could very easily try a field goal. Big 3rd down play. Rolling to the near side, in trouble. He ran. He needed 5. I don't think he made the first down. They put it at the 6. He picked up 3. 4th and 2. So a very big play here. They're not going with the kick. They're going to look to pick up 2 yards. Big play for both teams here. 3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Classical moved, Peabody moved. Who do they call it against? Peabody signaling Classical, Classical signaling Peabody. Offside, Classical. They're saying he drew him off. So that'll be a first down. Down to the 3. Half the distance. So they don't have to worry about 4th and 2. And again, that new rule, you don't have to make contact if you just move, step into that zone. And that's what the Classical player did, and he drew the Peabody player offside. So now it's 1st and goal at the 3. Coming to the near side. Getting in for the touchdown is Silva. So the 3-yard run puts Peabody back on top. kick is good by Scalisi. And it's 14-6. So, just about 5 minutes into the second period, Classical will touch it for the first time. .52 yards in 11 plays. And Scalisi will kick it off. Classical will have to come from behind again. They kick it deep down to the 2-yard line. They just got a piece of the ankle of Naski, but Scalisi's got a foot and a half. He drilled that down to the 2-yard line. He just got a piece of Naski's ankle. And they're going to put it down, I think, at the 19. Naski will be the quarterback once again, with Fessler just sitting by himself on the bench behind everybody, being very dejected. He had to go out, came back in, got hurt again. Low snap. They piled up Carrillo. They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10. It was a low snap. They almost bobbled it. So Classical really up against it. They lost Brian Vaughn, who would have been the starting quarterback, injured from last year's Thanksgiving Day game, out for the season. Fessler comes in doing a nice job. He gets hurt. They think he's okay. They put him back in. He got hurt again. He's out. And Naski, it takes away from Naski because he's a nice wide receiver. Now he has to be the quarterback, so it hurts him in a couple of spots. Naski looking to throw. Throws it up. Diving catch by Costa. He took that. There's a flag on the play. They got to the 38, and there was a flag thrown for some reason. Costa picked that off the turf. $19 yards in the first down, so they take the flag back. I'm not sure why they threw the flag. Again, Classical keeps everybody in tight. Coming to the near side, getting to the 41. That's Carrillo. He picked up 3, just past the halfway mark of the second period. We're going back and forth. 7-0 Peabody, 8-7 Classical. Now it's 14-8 Peabody. Naski with the keep, not going anywhere. He's going to lose a yard. So they picked up 3. If they lose 1, it's going to be 3rd and 8. Coming to the near side, getting to the 45. He picked up 5. Let's see what Brian Vaughn does. He's talking to the quarterback. He might go for it here. They need 3. They're going to go. I've said they found a home running to the near side in the first period. Let's see what they run. They run it to the near side again. He's not going to get there. It goes out of bounds. So Peabody's going to get very good field position. We're going to Peabody play it down. I'm waiting to see where they put the football. I think they're going to put it at the 44. So the defense has to come up big for Classical here. They're down 6. Just over 3 minutes left. Peabody gets the ball to start the second half, so could be a tremendous boost morale-wise for Peabody if they go down here and score. They've got great field position at the Classical 44. They throw it up. Incomplete. He had a lot of room to run. Second and 10 from the Classical 44. Broke a couple of tackles, breaks another one. Gets the first down. Looked like he wasn't going to get much. He slipped through 2, broke another one, and gets down to the 32 for a pickup of 12 and a first down. So both the running plays for Peabody have been busted plays with the quarterback running and picking up 30 yards in 2 carries. Incomplete. He was open, but he threw it a little bit over his head. Second and 10 again. In trouble, slips another tackle. He's going to run out of bounds. He might have gained a yard. He should have been. Looked like he was going to get hit twice for a loss a couple of times. And he winds up gaining a yard. So 3rd and 9. from the 31. Rolling to the near side, lets it fly. Colin Ridley can't believe he didn't catch that. He was open, it was there, and he just had to take a couple of steps upfield before he caught it. So another big play for both teams, 4th and 9. Caught and dropped. He had the first down. 2 big breaks for Classical on the 2 drops. Just over 2 minutes left. Classical will get it at their 31-yard line. Only their second possession here in the second period. Peabody's eating up a lot of clock. "17 plays run by Peabody in this second period. Classical has run 6. They pitch it, trying to go around. If they're lucky, they get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't think they did. They lost a yard. Trying to come to the near side, not going to get there. Carrillo got buried. Peabody piled it up. They put the ball at the 27. He lost 3. I don't know if it was Classical or Peabody. Peabody may have called a timeout. They got this passing offense. They got a kicker, and they'd like to get another shot. As we mentioned, they get the ball to start the second half. 1:19 left. And it's got to be official because they'd be winding the clock down if it wasn't. Big play for the Rams. They need 14. Looking to throw. They lob it up. Picked off by Peabody. They threw that one up for grabs. Batista picked it off. So with just over a minute left, Peabody is in good field position. at the Classical 42. Haskell has exactly 100 yards of offense. Looking to throw. Over the middle, it's caught. They just got a piece of him. That's Batista who just had the interception. "17 yards and a first down." Peabody looking to go quick. Flag on the play. I think it's going to be holding. Incompleted pass. Holding against Peabody. That'll push it back to the 35. Actually, do it from the point of the hold. It was in the backfield, so they move it back to the 40-yard line. So it's 2nd and 22. Stepping up in the pocket, running into a pile of players, still trying to run for his life. He finally lets it fly, hit the man open, and he threw it behind him. What a job by Lynch. He was tackled 4 times. He got away each time. Running, he threw it down. And he had Franco open, and Franco was looking to the inside. The pass went to the outside. It goes incomplete. 32 ticks left. They need 25 for a first down. Five wideouts, 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Steps up and runs with it. He's going to run for a first down. They knock him out of bounds and stop the clock. That's 3 times he's flushed out of the pocket and he's run for first downs. They needed 25. They got 27. And they've got it at the 13-yard line. He looks like Fran Tarkenton. I'm dating myself. Running, scooting all over the place. Looking to throw again. He got hit. He got drilled as he threw it. And they made the completion. I don't know how we got that pass off. He got drilled. And we're going to get a timeout. The ball has hit the 3. And it's 1st and goal from the 3 with 10 ticks left on the clock. Classical's run 8 plays in the second period. Peabody has run 21. That huge run, 27 yards. It was 3rd and 25. And he shook loose, took it all the way down to the 13 for a 27-yard pickup in the first down. And even then, he just got drilled as he threw the ball and completed it. And it's 1st and goal from the 3. He throws it very quickly. He threw it behind the intended receiver. Barrett was breaking to the goalpost. Lynch threw it to the outside. 7 seconds showing on the clock. They're not even considering the fact this could be like an extra point. They could get 3 points on the board. Now we're going to whistle. I think this is a classical timeout, I think. Peabody just almost exclusively throwing the football. They've run the ball 7 times. 2 of those with the quarterback being flushed out of the pocket. 3 of them, quarterback flushed out of the pocket, running for first downs. So they've only run the ball 5 times. And 4 of those when they had the ball at the 10-yard line and they ran it in for the touchdown. Huge play because if it takes any time at all, it'll be the last play. And this could be great momentum for Peabody going into the locker room. He runs it in. They've been throwing, and they caught Classical. It's only fitting it should be him. $42 yards in 6 plays. 30 yards picked up on the ground by Lynch. 27 through the air. Kick is good. So it's 21-8. And that's huge. They'll kick off and it will be halftime. And Peabody will get the ball to start the second half, so that's a huge momentum builder. They're almost mirror images. Peabody has run for 72 and passed for 74. Little pooch kick. Peabody said they collected it, but I don't think it's going to make a difference because the half is going to be over. So that's halftime, and that's a huge score for Peabody. Virtually no time left, 3 seconds left on the clock. The quarterback, Lynch, runs it in after he was throwing. Classical covering all the receivers, gave some ground, and he ran it in from the 3, untouched. And Peabody controls the second period, scoring 2 touchdowns. Classical only ran 8 plays in the second period. And at halftime, it's Peabody 21, Classical 8. Welcome back to Manning Field as we're set to start the second half. That second period was actually a nightmare for Classical. Peabody scored 2 touchdowns. Classical ran only 8 plays. Peabody ran 21. Classical had 2 yards rushing and 1 completion for 19 yards in that second period, while Peabody put 2 touchdowns on the board and they wiped out Classical's 8-7 lead. And that momentum carries on now because they get the ball to start the second half. At the 32-yard line, they get across the 35, maybe to the 37. Actually, they're staying right at the 35. He fell across the 35, but they're going to put it right at the 35. So that's where Peabody will put it in play as we start the second half. Peabody has just about exclusively thrown the ball. Although the quarterback, Lynch, has run for 64 yards, but 3 of those were long runs when he was flushed out of the pocket, especially the last one at the end of the half to set up that last second touchdown. The quick out. Caught. Batista with the catch. Get to the 44, they picked up 9. Batista had 2 catches for 27, now he's got 3 for 36. Barrett had 3 catches for 38. Running for 74. Lynch has passed for 74. Now we got a penalty coming up. Having a discussion. Against Peabody. Now it'll be 2nd and 6. Haskell lost their quarterback Fessler early. John Naskey, that takes away a little bit because Naskey's a pretty good wide receiver, although they haven't thrown the ball hardly at all. They threw 1 pass. Quick out, caught down the sideline. 1 man to beat. They just grab a hold of him. Rodriguez just grabbed a hold of his shirt and knocked him down. That's Batista again. Four catches for 65 yards for Batista. Caught outside. They get a block. They're loose. Inside the 10. That wasn't Batista, that was Kavanaugh. Down to the 9. 23 and a first down. So 3 passes have got them first and goal. We can really break this open. He threw it backing away, and he almost completed it. Ridley was the intended receiver. Almost made the catch. Four wideouts, 3 to the near side. He's going to run it, and he's going to run it in for a touchdown. He's got them thinking pass. Skalski is good again. He's been perfect on the 4 touchdowns. 65 yards. In 4 plays. Lynch passes for 61, runs for 9, involved in all 70 yards because there was a penalty. So it's now 28 to 6. Kelsey will kick it off. Scalisi will kick it off. Yeah, he boots it deep again, and it goes into the end zone. They let it go. They've been fielding him. They just let that go. He kicked it in. Yeah, he's got a leg and a half. They put it out at the 20-yard line. Musk will have it for the first time in the second half. Yaski is still the quarterback. No, he's not the quarterback. Direct snap. A direct snap to Carrillo. Lost a yard. He had 64 yards in the first half. Glasgow had 81 yards rushing in that first half. He had 64. Peabody, I mentioned, was just about mirror image. 72 rushing, 74 passing. Second and 11. They run it to the near side again, looking for a break. He almost got it. They just got him. He was one step away from getting that a big run, maybe taking it to the house. Out to the 27, he picked up 8. Here's the corner, stays on his feet, looking for a block. Still on his feet. Finally goes out of bounds. He needed one big block. "28 yards on the play. He's 1 yard shy of 100 yards. Off the right side. Short yardage. They're almost going like a single wing offense. He picked up 2, so he's over 100 yards. Saw him there walking the side. He's a tired young man. They better get a giddy up in their step. They don't want a 5-yard penalty. Flag on the play. I'm not sure what that was about. They made a direct snap. I don't know if they're calling Glasgow in motion. Jordan Delgado was the ball carrier. It's coming back. I think what happened was Naskey took a step in the backfield like he was going in motion, and they called Naskey for being in motion when they direct snapped it to Delgado. So they move it back to the 48. So now they need 13 on, with second down coming up. He threw it incomplete, rolling out. Third and 13. Gorilla was back in. Timeout, Glasgow. It took a lot of time. Glasgow came out, they ran the ball with a little bit of success. They went down, they scored the touchdown. They found a home running to the right side. But then Peabody has made a few adjustments, and they virtually shut them down. after that first drive. They held Classical to 81 yards rushing in the first half. And again, that second period was a disaster. Peabody scored twice. Classical only had the ball a couple of times. They only ran 8 plays. And it looked like they were moving the ball. They had a big 19-yard run for a first down, and then they just went backwards. And they wound up turning it over. And now we got a flag against Classical. And move it back to the Classical 47. And now it's 3rd and 18. You see one of the players trying to settle people down. They were really getting. A little frustration with that Classical team now. Motion. Can't run it to the near side. Carrillo's going to lose yardage. Classical will have to kick it away. They lost 5. So he drops under 100 yards. And he'll have to kick it away. Even trying to get their return team out in the field. Fields the ground ball, they get the kickoff. Fielded at the 23-yard line, looking to get to the sideline, and caught, pulled out of bounds. Batista doing it all. He got the return back. So they got decent field position at their 40-yard line. Batista with a 17-yard return. He's got 4 catches for 65 yards. And 28-8, you would think that people would go back to, or start to, run the football, to shrink the game, run the clock, but they don't, because their game is throw the ball. Caught down the sideline, hit from behind and taken down. Colin Ridley. At the Classical 23. "37 yards on the pass play." Lynch is closing in on 200 yards passing. Flag on the play. They run it inside the 10. I don't know if it was the outside guy. This might be motion on Peabody. Motion against Peabody. So that run doesn't count. So we move it back to the 28. First and 15. Pitch it, coming to the near side, a lot of room. They almost carried him into the end zone. Alan Polino, his first carry. He almost pushed him into the end zone. The ball's at the 2. We picked up 26. Polino runs it in. $60 yards in 3 plays. The big one, the 37-yard pass. And the kick is good. It's a big weapon, that kicker. So with that drive, they go over 100 yards rushing. They're closing in on 300 yards of offense. And we still got 1:07 left in the third period. Peabody just wheeling and dealing, throwing it 95% of the time. Classical trying to control the game, control the clock, running it 95% of the time. They let it go into the end zone. That's a great weapon with his foot. Extra points, possible field goals, kicking it in the end zone, making teams go 80 yards. Classical has thrown 2 passes. They've completed 1 for 19 yards. And that was a miraculous catch by Nick Costa, picking it off the turf. The young man feeling worse is, I'm looking down at the sideline, R.J. Fessler. He's been out of the game for a long time. He was the quarterback. Direct snap again, coming to the near side, stepping away, getting out to the 25. He picked up 5. back over 100 yards. If they run it again, it'll be the last play of the period. Hit and dropped after a yard, maybe two. They gave him 2 to the 27. And that'll be the end of the third period. Well, 12 minutes of football left. Peabody with 180 yards of offense. Classical just went over 100 yards rushing. They've got 139. They completed one of their 2 passes for 19 yards. Peabody's got receivers all over the place. They just put Polino in the game for the first time. He runs it 2 plays. He picks up 28 yards. So we start the final 12 minutes. And they're going to bury him in the backfield. Back to the 22. He lost 5. So he goes over 100, then he drops back again. Coach Brian Bourne. Good look there. And they were talking, but they're going to kick it away, obviously. And without a run back, Peabody's going to get good field position. Fielded at the 47-yard line. And he'll get it inside the 35. That's Batista again. At the 32. They've had good field position. Most of the night. It's a quick out. Cabal with the catch. They've got a host of receivers. They get 2 to the 30-yard line. Second and 8. They run it straight ahead with Paulson. Picked up 5. Second and 3. They pitch it trying to the near side. Now they switch it around, go to the far side. Gets around the corner and makes a lot of something out of nothing. That's another running back, Will Pinto. They put it at the 24. He picked up a yard. Fourth and a couple. It looked like we're going to lose 5 or 6. Yeah, they're not going to get the first down. They get hit. You try to drag a few people with them, but they're going to come up shy. Pinto again. They put it back at the 24. I'm going to call it no gain. So Glasgow gets it back. Carrillo's going to be a tired young man. He's got a ton of carries. No gain on the play. Second and 10. They run straight ahead. A little bit shy. That was Coster, I think. Out to the 32. Picked up 8. Third and a couple. They just about got the first down. They give him the 35 for 3. It's only the second first down in the second half. They run it to the near side, they gang up on everybody, and they push everybody back. That's Carrillo. At the 40, they picked up 5. Now they're going to lose. We take 2 steps forward, we take 2 steps back. He's gone over a couple of times, and then he has been sacked for a loss to push him under. Coming to the near side, he gets a step. 1 man to beat, they just push him out of bounds. That was Costa. "27 yards and a first down." And they're going to go backwards with Costa. Lost a yard. Under 3 minutes and counting. Now, there was a penalty on the play. I didn't see it. They're going to mark it off against Peabody. I didn't see what they called, but they mark it down to the 23. And that gives them a first down. They thought they had a timeout. They're taking a lot of time on the sideline. They're going to hurry up. They're going to give 5 of those 15 yards back. Now they stop the clock. Trying to get the clock straightened out. The classical cheerleaders. Little misdirection with Nasky. To the 21, they picked up 2. A minute and a half and counting. Misdirection with Nasky again. He lost the yard. So Classical wind up with 167 yards. A minute 4 left. I would think Peabody would just take a couple of knees here. I think that's what they're going to do. Everybody in tight, they'll just take a knee, and that's going to be the end of the ball game. They'll do this a couple of times. (35-6). Peabody's going to go to 2-0. Classical's going to go to 1-1. Peabody recovered a fumble on Classical's first possession of the game at the Classical 24. It took them 2 plays. The quarterback, Lynch, went to Barrett for 19 yards and a touchdown. The kick by Scalisi was good. It was 7-0. Classical came right back, went 65 yards in 11 plays. And it was Carrillo going in from the 9. He rushed at conversion. It was 8-7 Classical, and it was all over after that. Peabody scored 28 straight points. It was 8-7 at the end of 1. In the second period, Peabody went 52 yards in 11 plays, and one of the few running plays, Silva ran it in from the 3. The kick was good. It was 14-6. And then the backbreaker, they late 3 seconds left, an interception at the Classical 42. They went 42 yards in 6 plays. A big 27-yard run by Shea, the quarterback. He completed 3 passes for 27, 2 passes for 27. And the last play with 3 seconds left, he ran it in for a touchdown. That was a backbreaker, made it 20-8. The kick was good, made it 21-8. And Peabody was getting the kick to start the second half, and it paid off because they took the opening kick and went 65 yards in 4 plays. It was Shea Lynch, the quarterback, going the final 9 in that drive. He completed passes for 61, ran for 9, was involved in all 70 yards. It was a 65-yard drive because of a 5-yard penalty, but he was involved in all 70 yards in the drive to make it 28-8 when it was good. They got the ball back at their own 40. They went 60 yards in 3 plays, a 37-yard pass play to Ridley, and then a 26-yard run by Paulson got it to the 2, and then Paulson ran it in from the 2. The kick was good. It was 35-8. So Lynch, the quarterback, runs for 2, throws for 1. They were just shy of 200 yards and 300 yards. Peabody wound up with 288 yards, 114 rushing, 174 passing. They just missed 300 yards. The difference in the game was the quarterback. He threw for 174. He ran for 73. On the other side, Carrillo ran for 97 and had the touchdown and the conversion for Classical. So Classical will go to 1-1, and Peabody will go to 2-0. And I believe it'll be conference games for both teams on the next time out. This was non-conference. So the Northeastern Conference rolls over the GBL here at Manning. 35-8, the final score, Peabody over Classical. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm Don Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.